So after 14 years, it's coming to an end. How do you feel today?
Yeah, it's such a strange feeling. One with tinged with sadness, but then also excitement about what I'm going into in the future. So yeah, real mixed emotions. Obviously, a club that I've been at so long and have so many friends and memories. Yeah, difficult, but I've loved every moment of it, and looking forward to the future. And I'm sure we'll be back as a fan in the future to watch them.
How difficult was it to make the decision to sort of sever ties with the club?
Yeah, it was one that I mulled over for a few weeks, a month or so, and it just came to the conclusion that I wanted to play on, and it looked like I wasn't going to be offered anything at Stoke, which is absolutely fine because I see the direction they're going in, and obviously Harry's doing brilliant. So then it was up to a decision whether I carry on, find a club in England, or stop. And I wanted to play on, but I didn't particularly want to play in England. So then the offer came up for Inter Miami, and it was something that really excited me. And straight away, I thought that that's something that over the next couple of years will be brilliant and a great experience for me and my family. So yeah, when the decision made, it was a case of speaking to the manager and trying to get his blessing. And to be fair to me, he's been absolutely brilliant. He's always been good with me ever since he came in, and it was an honest conversation, and he was top quality as normal.
Why not England? Why not another English club? Simply because of your long association with Stoke?
It just wouldn't feel right. I've always had chances to move away from Stoke and never really wanted to. Never really got past the Ryan, what do you think? And then it'd be, no, I must stay at Stoke. So it was I just wouldn't probably feel right. The connection to the club and how long I've been here, I just don't know if I'd want to do it. And at the age I'm at, it wasn't a case of going up to a higher club. It was a case of me probably going to a club that's lower. So it didn't feel right, and it's something that I didn't particularly want to go down that avenue. So yeah, really pleased with the offer I got from Inter Miami, and really look forward to getting started there.
Take us back to the day when you first arrived at the club, a 19-year-old. You can't have imagined it would have panned out the way it did, can you?
No, 100%. I had massive doubts if I was good enough to be a footballer, never mind to have a career as long as I did. And then getting on that bus, I didn't train before the Cardiff game, getting on that bus, not knowing the lads, and then Rory Delap coming up to me and sitting next to me and being nice. It was from that straight away I knew it was the place I wanted to be. And to score on my debut was brilliant. And straight away I had that connection and loved every moment of it.
And from that day as well, a firm friendship was made with Rory, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a really strange friendship especially because I can't imagine me being friends with a 19-year-old lad at the moment. Yeah, we've even when he left the club, we stuck in touch. The families, our friends, the wives of friends. Yes, it's a friendship that'll be for life. And he's always had my back from the start. Always looked after me when I was younger. Just an all-round good guy who's really helped me in my career.
Let's talk about memories then. Overriding memory of your time as a Stoke City player?
Just there's so many, but just some of the massive. I loved the European nights. Absolutely loved them. Loved the journey of the FA Cup. But the European nights was something that I love going. We went to Kiev, we went to Split, to Thun, some great places. Really enjoyed the atmosphere. It was sort of like you were an elite footballer. Yeah, I loved them. And then obviously the big games against the cities. Always relished the Arsenal games because of the hostility between the teams. Yeah, there were some great games. The games I enjoyed most were probably the home games when we were up against the defending well, and we get a win against a team that's in the top four or the champions of the league. Yeah, just great memories, and memories that'll stay with you forever.
And you relished being A, written off as a player, and B, Stoke being written off as a Premier League team in that first season in the top flight, didn't you?
It was a wake-up call for me. I went to the Premier League thinking, I've done really well in the Championship, I'll be fine in the Premier League. First game, went up, Kevin Davis, waxed me on the nose, broke my nose, chipped my tooth. And it was a massive experience. Lost my place, had to fight back. In that whole season, there was so many mixed emotions. And to come out of it and to stabilise and then eventually build and get better and then eventually be captain. So many different aspects of that season were important in my development. Just loved every moment of it. And the overriding memory of it was the excitement of each game, and how each game was like a big moment for the club and the town.
And you were a really young captain as well. How has that shaped you as a man, do you feel?
Yeah, it was unexpected. I think I was the youngest in the team. I'd only been a regular for a couple of seasons, but obviously Tony Pulis had seen something in me that he thought had leadership qualities. Yeah, it was a difficult role to take on the start, just being so young and having such an experienced squad. The likes of the Hoofs, the Walters and the Laps were tremendous support to me, and soon enough we got that dressing room sorted, and it was a great dressing room to be in. Hard but fair.
And the bond you had with the fans, that was something special as well, wasn't it? And with the community and with the city as well.
Yeah, it's something that, like anything over time, builds and builds, and I think they got that real rapport with me just because of me being here so long, and I think I signified when I joined, and then obviously with Tony we got promoted and with Tony playing a massive part, and then the players. It was just a great period for the club and a great period for me, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just great to be, even if it was a small part, I loved every moment of it. Yeah, and to this day, the fans have been absolutely brilliant to me. The only disappointment is I probably can't say goodbye properly, but I'm sure we'll be back here in the future at some point.
So you're US bound, into Miami bound. You must be looking forward to that. It must be a real exciting prospect for you. Slightly a degree of trepidation as well, I would think.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's one of them ones where I'm going to something completely new. New team, new league, new country, loads of different questions I've got to ask, loads of questions I've got to ask about myself, but I just feel it's a great challenge at this point in my career. It'd be a great way to finish off from what I set out as a kid to have the career I've had. I've been absolutely delighted, and it'd just be a nice way to finish off, to go and have 2 great years in Miami and hopefully do well. Yeah, loads of unexpected things to happen in the next couple of weeks and months, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I've known you long enough now to know that you hide your emotions, but you must be feeling quite emotional at the moment, aren't you? Conflicting emotions, I would think. Sadness about leaving, and then the excitement of what's ahead.
It's a day that I've never really thought of, just because I've been here that long. I just always associate myself with Stoke, always think I'll be driving into Stoke training ground, going to the matches. Yeah, so it's difficult, but it's one of them ones that when you do look back and realise how much I've been a part of such a great journey the club's been on, and to be a part of that has been fantastic. Yeah, there's a tinge of sadness. Then when I look back, I've enjoyed every single moment of it. I wouldn't change any of it. The highs, the lows, it's just been a great journey.
Well, on behalf of everyone connected with the club, thank you for what you've done over the years. I know you're going to be around for a few more weeks, so we'll catch up with you again and not do it via Zoom. But thanks a lot, and very best wishes for the future.
Thanks, appreciate it.